Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up a rig for steelhead fishing and salmon fishing in the river. Before I start this video off, guys, I'm going to apologize to you guys about the goose hunting video. I did get to get out and stuff, but I did not get any of the footage on camera. As we got out to our spot, there was 2 geese flying by, so we had to rush out. We got everything ready. We started calling, and some more of the geese came. And at this time, I was setting up the GoPro, so I didn't have time to go and reach out, put on my head, and whatever. So I did not get any of the footage on camera, and we only got 2. You guys will see the pictures on the screen right now. But when we got there, it's not what we expected. It snowed a little bit, as I told you guys. Yeah, it just snowed. The pond started to freeze, so they couldn't land in the pond. It wasn't as good as the week before when I went. There we did have some footage, but it was all misses and stuff. Not too many came in. Also that day we got 2 misses. So not very good year for us for late season goose hunting. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, please comment. So let's get into the video. Okay, for this video, you're going to need a couple of floats, or not a couple, just floats you use. I like to use the Raven 5.0 gram. It all depends on what you use. Like, you can even use a Raven, Blackbird floats. I got 2 here, or a cold water. Just depends on what water you're in, or like what water you're fishing. So if you're fishing more rough, you're going to want to use a different float. Fishing deep and rough, you're probably going to want to use a 5.5 grammer. But for steelhead, I like to use a 5 grammer. So you're going to need a floats. Here, you're going to need pliers, scissors. I'm just using line here because all my rods are set up and I don't feel like cutting off and redoing it. Some split shot and some beads, hooks, and everything. I'm going to show you guys what you need in a minute. So in the tackle box, you guys should have a, here, I don't know if you can see here, hold on. Camera. There we go. A little hook. This is not the great. It's just for a show. And a little swivel. And I also forgot to mention leader material. I like to use 10-pound leader material. I mean fluorocarbon, whatever you want to call it. But it's up to you guys what you think. Some people use 6-pound. Some people use 8-pound. 10-pound I think is a little too much. But I don't like losing my fish because they're good fish. Okay, so the first thing here, guys, you want to do is grab your main line. That's what I got here. And, oops, I forgot to open the tackle box here. You're going to want to grab a float cap. So these things, you're going to want to grab 2 and you want to put it through the line first. Like so. Oh, the floats are falling. And then grab your float here. And then grab the float you're going to use. So I'm just going to use a Raven float for this example. Okay, so once you got that on your line, you're going to want to pull out some more line and hook up your swivel. Hook up your swivel to the main line. Okay, guys, so once you're done tying that, you just want to cut the tag off. I wouldn't recommend cutting it like really close. That much should be good, just in case if it does slip. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see, maybe it focuses. Maybe you guys can't see that, but now you guys want to grab about a foot to a foot and a half of leader material. And first, before you cut it off, tie it onto the swivel, because if you take out a foot of leader material and you tie it on, you're probably going to end up having 10 inches, 8 inches, because you're using up the line to tie. Okay, guys, so once you got your leader material, if you want to find out salmon rig, do not put leader material on your line. I recommend it. It just makes your line weaker. If you're fishing with a 12-pound test, I recommend you not putting leader material on, because in the river the salmon like to cut off your line with their razor teeth, so they would go onto the side, and if you don't hook them good, it will snap. So there's no point of putting leader material on. But this step with the leader material is only for steelheading. Okay guys, I don't know if you can see this on here. I got a couple of selection of beads here. So it depends on what your favorite bead is. These are small ones. These are 8 mils. I think these are 10 or 12 mils. These are special Candy Creek bead co. These beads are really good. Oh, you guys see them? They're more natural than these ones. Even though they're both plastic, this is made out of like a heavier material. So it's a nice drift in the water here. So now what you want to do is grab a float cap and grab a bead. Let's just use this bead for now. Feed it through. And for you people that are learning and want to know how to put the float cap in, so you're going to go through like this. See if I can get this through. There we go. Put that there, and then you're going to pull on this end. Yep, just like that. And then after, you can pull a little bit more. And after that, you have your scissors. You start cutting. Now you don't have to use beads if you're fishing with a roe. You can fish with roe bags or pink worms. But it's always good to have a bead on just in case if you don't want to fish with a roe, you don't want to have to cut out your hook and everything. Okay, so after you guys are all done that, time to put on the hook here. Okay, so once you got the hook on, you're going to want this much of distance between the bead and the hook. It's just so that, like, if the steelhead do suck it up, it's better to have a good distance instead of closer, because they'll just go like that and then it'll get stuck in your mouth instead of them swallowing it into their stomach, so it's harder for you to get out and you might end up killing the fish. Okay guys, so here's the part of me putting the split shot on. No, I'm not using the Raven split shot I like to use. I'm just using this for demonstration here. So it depends what you guys like to do. I like to have 3 in the top, 1 and 1. So 3 here, 1 and 1. But some people put split shot in the leader material. Do not put split shot with the leader material unless it's very micro, like you just need it to go down a little bit faster. But do not put split shot here, because if you need to adjust depths, you cannot adjust because you're gonna hit the swivel and then you have to cut off, retie everything. So it's just a pain in the ass. So just don't put it here. That's all I recommend to you guys. Okay, so I do have the first split shot on. Now with this, you don't want to squeeze split shot so hard like the Raven split shot I use. If you just squeeze a little bit, it's too hard. So that's why I upgraded to a better Raven split shots because of this reason. So if you tighten them too much, it frays your line because you can't adjust when you're trying to adjust, right? So you're moving it up and down, because if you move your float like that, it's not going to drift right. So you always want to have a space like that. But if you tighten your split shot so tight, it will damage your line. Okay guys, so this is the part where you need to know how to adjust your depth. So you got your split shot. So the river I fish is pretty deep. Like this wouldn't be too deep. Like this would be kind of shallow. So it depends. Like some people fish in smaller rivers, so you have to lower your split shot down. But if you are fishing in bigger rivers, that's you want to move your depth, right? So that's why you do not tighten the split shot really tight. Okay guys, so that's basically how you set up a rig for salmon and steelheading. Once again, the salmon, if you do want to fish with leader material, it's up to you, but I don't fish with leader material, so I don't think it's needed for salmon. Steelhead, they're more of a precise fish. They want to see everything naturally. they don't want to see any kind of line in the water because they will avoid it. So this leader material, when it goes in the water, it's basically invisible line, but to the fish, but we can still see it. But underwater, it's more of invisible. Okay, guys, so that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys need any help with how to set up for river fishing, you can comment. I'm not the best at river fishing. I fish with my brother. He knows more than I do. I fish with a spinning reel. He fishes with a center pin, but eventually I'll get there. But anyways, guys, if you do have any comments, please don't be afraid to comment. I'll try to answer them if I know the question. But anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.